I think what we need on our farm is a maid, a farm cleaning maid that doesn't just like clean the kitchen for a guy, you know? Like farmers need farm cleaners, someone that just cleans their farm for them. So I feel like that's all I ever do is clean, and everything's always still a mess. What I'm working on now is I'm trying to get my ice bath here dumped. Last night I took a nice cold plunge. That gives the floor drain a good flush out if it needed it. So if any mice decide that they want to curl up there and live in there, well, they got a surprise coming their way right now. Okay, I, in the mini payloader here, am going to go get a new scrap bin tote. The shop is starting to get quite a bit of scrap and we have no place to put it, so we're gonna get one of those set up. Need to grab one of these. This is old glyphosate, or most people call it Roundup tote. FBN does not take these back after they're empty, so we just got a bunch of empties sitting over yonder. I'm just gonna take the saw and cut the top of this sucker off. We got ourselves a tote. Guys, I don't think that's the way you want your saw blade to look. Maybe it'll still work. Yeah, it got way worse. Well, I think I'm gonna have to go get a new blade. Well, first thing to go in the scrap bin. Okay, the professional saw operator is back. And I got a new blade. Now, let's finish this. So there have been a few things put here already. Since we didn't have a bin to put it in, we knew we would eventually. Like that piece of a T-post. And I think we're gonna scrap this old chain that don't have any hooks. But the main reason I went and got that is so I can clean off this table. All the hundreds of sections from replacing all the sections on the headers and guards are all scrapped and we didn't have a place to put them, so in there they go. Cameron, I want to get this bay cleaned, and then in front of the table, all that crap, they're all clean. First thing we got to do is figure out why that tire is low.
You didn't patch it good enough.
I think you let the air out of it. It looks like to me that both of these tires are flat. Not only the back one that looks really flat, the front one is too. And these are the two tires that I spent the other day for a half the day patching because they had a bunch of holes in it from repetitively driving over something. So are my patches not holding, or are there new holes that we just need to discover? Okay, you guys, so here's what I determined. Don't hire me to patch your tires because apparently that was where I patched one of them. Right, is where I patched another one. That one looking pretty good. Anyway, that's gonna be a problem for later. Cameron, back that out of here. Woo! Roll the hose back up here. I suppose pull that thing in between the tractor there. This should almost be scrubbed again. I'm gonna tear down these tables now.
Do I get to go drive the combine out?
Yes, get it out of here.
Heck yeah!
Someone wants to run a combine. That'll work. I don't want him driving out in the yard of that because we just got all that rain and it's super muddy. So when he pulls it back in, I don't want to defeat the purpose of us cleaning the whole floor. So we do find when we're running this floor scrubber that if we wet it down first, it just does a little bit better of a job. Having a scrubber in a big shop like this is so nice. When you can lay on the ground and do something and just not have a completely covered back with dust, very nice thing. Plus it helps just keep the dust down, and the shed in general keeps the dust down off of everything. What we need for this big building is one of them you sit on and drive around. Here you go, man. Self-propelled. Drifting corners. All right, now we got a riding floor scrubber. The section of the shop where this combine is parking is now clean, so he pulled it back in. Cameron did end up finish making his bed that he was sloughing off farm work for to make. He got the bed part in his room already, but this doesn't fit in his room after he got it built. So now he's got this giant ornament. He has no idea what to do with now. No, he's eventually gonna be moving out of the room he's in. So once he does that, then he'll get to use this. But let's hope. I hate that sound. I'm gonna help him get it loaded here. That'll do. Well, he made it over here without wrecking. So do any of you guys ever have things on your farm that just magically seem to grow feet and run away? Some things on ours is knives. They just grow feet and run away. You can never freaking find one. I can't find my pocket knife. Took me 10 minutes to find this one. An issue that caught my attention here I'm going to address. A mini payloader here has got a bit of a problem under here. How did we find that wrap? We're not hay farmers. A little dusty, but it should just pull out of there kinda. There we go. That's an easy fix. I could live with that. Okay, that's looking a lot better. As much as I would like to keep cleaning, we also have to get some work done today. Me and Cameron, who is sitting on this chair watching TikTok, are gonna go get trucks ready for harvest. We gotta get this blue truck unhooked from the water trailer, so we're gonna back this into the shed right away because we won't be hooked up to it till maybe after harvest. And if we get a frost during harvest, we don't have to want to worry about getting it in so nothing breaks. So it's going into the shed now. I hope this puppy starts. He purrs like a kitten. Okay, before we can get it back in to the old shop here, you gotta move a few things, it looks like. I'm gonna help Cameron watch here so he doesn't back into anything. There, I think that'll do. Now we gotta get these two toys moved out of the way here. This old shop needs a cleaning really bad too, but I'll have to wait for a different day again. Good. So one thing I thought I was gonna have to address on this blue truck here is my pusher axle. They weren't wanting to work. I couldn't get the tank for the trailer or this truck to go down. I thought maybe a fuse was blown. But now, when I click it, it works. I like when problems fix themselves. Ha ha! I got her!
Oh, this thing could use a cleaning. It's a little bit dirty. Going to go hook up the trailer. Locked in.
I hate attaching airlines. I don't know about you guys, but they just sometimes don't seem to want to go on ever. Okay, now that we got everything hooked up, we got to make sure the everything works. like my tarp. I see the lights on. I see it rolls, so that's good. Cameron's now checking the traps, so that's good. Now we got to see if the brakes release and if that switch is going to work for that tag axle. Okay. Take the brakes off. He's shaking his head. That means we got spinach. I made it up the driveway here now. See if it'll work now. Push her down. Oh, I hear a noise. Something's happening back there. Oh, heck yeah. Those are full bags. My switches are working now. Before I didn't have any lights here. Now it lights up, and I got the both the semi and the trailer to go down, which is awesome. So what still needs to happen to these trucks and trailers is basically we got to grease them. We'll check the fluids, check a couple tires, and that's it. The semis have been serviced already mostly, like the fluids are all good. We'll just check to make sure they're full. The only problem is we're gonna wait with that. We're gonna hook the rest of the trailers up. I don't wanna pull muddy tires into a freshly cleaned shop that me and Cam are working so hard on. So we'll do that maybe tomorrow when it dries up a little more, or the next day. Don't wanna undo the work we already did all morning. Almost forgetting. My work smarter, not harder tool here. Okay, let's rock and roll, partner. See if she rolls forward. Okay, hit it. Yep, there we go. Tags are working, everything's working on them. Gotta check some tires tomorrow. We have a lot of flies in the shop. Like the flies this year are absolutely ridiculous. So something I got going here. Over the garbage can, I got a flat surface for them to land on. Some sticky fly tape. And I found if I put a little piece of tomato on there for some bait, it really attracts them. Helps definitely keep them down in the shop. Okay, we gotta get the third and last truck, the red truck. But we gotta get the low boy unhooked from it before we can get that trailer on it. And I almost have no idea how to run the low boy. But we gotta have the good old trusty poop box here to get this thing running, because the battery's dead and the pull cord is not, it don't exist. Zach, you gotta fix that. Okay, black to red, red to black, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Now that that's on there, I'm kind of hoping it just starts, but I don't have the highest hopes here. There we go, that did that. Now I think if we go like this, when someone was unhooking this, they borrowed it and they accidentally broke off the two fittings up there. So since I don't know what I'm doing, I'm hoping I don't do that as well. But I think I got her just right. There we go, I am clear. Hey, shut her down! Well, we got all three trucks hooked up now. Everything is working good. I want to explain to you guys why I think that these trucks are the best trucks to have on a farm, or the world's best truck to have on at least our farm. Before, we had some old Volvos that were always broke down, always had wiring issues. They were junk. I mean, we couldn't ever get technicians to work on them. We don't really know how to work on semis all that well, so we went semi hunting or truck hunting, whatever you want to call this thing. I'm going to call it a semi. And we wanted new. We didn't want someone else's wore out piece of junk, I guess you could say. So this was back in like COVID times, shortage demand. We couldn't find semis. The only brand we could find was International that we could have those trucks by the following harvest. Reasons why I think these are the best is because look at this ground clearance. You have amazing ground clearance for getting in and out of fields. If you're getting stuck, corn stalks, so you're not poking your radiator and dragging hoses down, that's awesome. The ground clearance going into approaches, it's amazing. Another reason why I think these are awesome rigs is because up here in the cab, well, for starters, it's a day cab. Most farmers, at least our farm, you don't need a day cab. You're not doing over the road trucking like some of these other guys. There's no shifter here. Now don't get me wrong, it's a girly truck because you don't got a manual, blah blah blah. Automatics are junk, they have no power. These trucks have power. We built these how we wanted them for a farm. We wanted good resale value on them, so that's part of the reason we have automatics. Now the reason we have an automatic, they're stupid easy to drive. It's just like driving a car. You put your foot on the brake or gas and you go. And we can put anybody in these trucks. You don't got to worry about, oh, can you drive a manual? No, I can't. I'm going to learn and grind through gears and take out the transmission. While we're trying to teach someone, so when we're in a pinch, we need someone to drive a truck. Hey, can you go jump in there? Sure, we can do that. That's why we have them. It works great for us. So yeah, call me girly, but I like my automatic truck. Another reason that I think these are the best truck for us is because we have a really good spread here, so we can actually haul a good amount of weight, but it's not too long, so we can still get around nicely and easy with these. Also, jumping back up in the cab, the visibility out of this thing for people that don't know how to drive truck that great is awesome. Being able to see out the rear window is awesome. They're International HX 620s. They're X15s, 565 horse. So they pull. You hit the gas and you're loaded, they pull. And then another thing we equip these trucks with is only one fuel tank. Over the road trucking, 2 fuel tanks would be awesome, but for the farm, you run the day, you fill the day, it makes it the day. So we only put 1 tank on these when we ordered them. So that way, just a little bit less weight there, that means we can haul more grain. These trailers are tall enough and wide enough to where the cart can come up, put 1 pile in the front, 1 pile in the back. With the scale, he can weigh just the right amount of weight, but he doesn't have to worry about driving along real nicely and slowly, and then we're full. So it's a little bit easier for the grain cart operator load if you got a rookie in there. All 3 of these trucks are the same. All 3 of the trailers are the same. They're all identical units, and in my opinion, for our farm, we couldn't ask for something better. The guys up at International have been super good to us. If we have issues, which we really haven't had any issues, they get us in right away. When it's harvest time, we gotta go, as most of you know. But anyways, enough talking about that. I'm gonna go back in the shed. We're still working on installing cameras, or the, I don't know what's it called. Working on the combines, installing them wiring harnesses. Okay, Cameron's up there working in the combine still, getting that automation system put in. We've already got the camera in down here, which is right there. While Brandon and Cameron and Jedediah work on that, I got something else up here I gotta address on the, all 3 machines, but I'm gonna start with this one. No, that's a combine. Yeah, combine. I don't know if you guys can tell from this angle, but that full sensor right there is higher than this. So my full alarm is gonna be when it's pouring onto the cab. Hey, idiot, you're full. Yeah, we're gonna move it down to probably about here. And then hopefully that tells us we're full at the right time, because that is too high. Even if we had the hopper extensions on here, which we don't, I still think that's too high. So whoever did that, you did it wrong. So weird. I'm not used to seeing combines with all the paint in the hopper. Record Uncle. Record me. What you doing? What are you teaching them? Is that you? Okay, little man. Give Uncle back his camera. Thank you, though. That'll work. My only concern now is maybe when I fold the power folding hopper in here, is if it's gonna hit something down here and break. So before I go into them all, I'm going to jump in this one and see if that will work. Man, Brandon was not kidding when he said he tore the combine cab apart. Oh my goodness. Okay, looks like little man's clear. Let's fire it up. Okay, unlock, fold in. Well, it's closed. Hopefully we didn't wreck it. Now unfold. Yep, it looks like everything's okay up there. I think that'll work just right. If I could get some feedback, that'd be awesome about how's the editing, how's my brother doing? Is it too fast? Is it too slow? Is he not showing enough? Or is he doing just fine? Is there any ways I can improve to get better stuff? I had this video is I think the first video that I got a GoPro. I'm filming this trick with the GoPro before I was using my phone. I love responding to comments. I respond to everybody's comments. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.